Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on July the 7th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your trades, with your money. All right, let's get started off with our calendar here. So in terms of the news, so first of all, Reserve Bank of Australia, did not change anything. Now coming up though, very important day here for the US dollar. We have the Fed meeting minutes, and right now the way things look, everybody's setting up for Fed to tighten or talk about tightening the monetary policy or provide some sort of a guidance as to when they will do that. So last time Fed basically said that they did provide some guidance in regards to when potentially they will raise rates. However, they did not comment on when the tapering of all this stuff, bonds that they're buying, when will that happen? So basically, when will they stop providing so much money into the market? So that has not happened. So this is what everybody's waiting for. And prior to that, we have seen US dollar go up. So just be careful. This is coming up tomorrow. So keep that in mind, because that it could mean a lot of volatility in the market as a result of the Fed meeting minutes. So this will be an important report tomorrow. Other than that, we have EU economic forecast here. So again, with the COVID, essentially, we are moving towards opening up the economies and everything else. So economic forecasts are very important. The better economic forecast would mean euro will go up as a result of that. But again, the main focus here would be on the Fed statement tomorrow. And then we also have RBA Governor Lau speaking. If everything stays in line with what came out in the report, this should not make much of a difference. But anytime there's a central banker speaking, we have to be careful because the question will be, is there forward guidance in regards to when they will start changing things? Right now, Reserve Bank of Australia has not talked about when they are going to when they will provide, actual firm date for that. So if he talks about any sort of guidance on that, that will be positive for Australian dollar. All right, so let's move on to our charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. So we were looking for euro to drop. We did get that, but prior to that, it pushed higher through the resistance that we were looking at slightly higher into almost into 1.19 here. Now we have a big bearish engulfing candle, and it's right into the support though. So this is the concern. For it to continue, we need to see a break through this level, and then we will look for that continuation. So keep an eye on 1.1800. If it fails to go through, we are looking at a range bound move, and that can happen. So watch out for that. So bearish bias, first target is 1.1760. And then below that, we are looking at a 1.1740. So bearish bias here for euro dollar, just with a little bit of caution because of the support level. Pound here, pound also looking bearish. And with this one here, bias is to the downside. Again, it is into support here. Price has reacted at this level multiple times, so we do need to be cautious. And next target, in this case, bias is to the downside. And next target we are looking at would be 1.3730. And then below that, we have 1.3665. So bearish bias here for pound dollar as well. Aussie dollar, a big move in both directions. And in this case, bearish bias here. Excuse me. And looking for price to drop. We'll look for a bit of a pullback here into 0.7500, and then looking at 0.7440 level here. So bearish bias for Aussie dollar as well. New Zealand dollar, again, a big move in both directions here. We have a nice big pin bar, so looking for a drop. 0.6750 is the target. Now, do expect volatility with all the dollar crosses because of the Fed statement coming up. Dollar CAD here, dollar CAD has moved in, has gone up, and we are right into resistance here. So right now, this looks bullish, and again, it has that bullish flag pattern here. And for this, we need to see a continuation higher. But before we can do that, we need to see a break through this top of the range and then a continuation higher. So right now, bias is bullish. But again, I would be careful with all dollar crosses because of the Fed statement. So next target here, once price manages to get through here, will be 1.2550. So bullish bias for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver. So with everything else, US dollar, yen cross is moving. Silver as well has moved. We do have a bearish candle close. Price went into the next support and resistance level. And in this case, actually, let's go to the daily here. In this case, looking for price to drop. And it is into support, so be mindful of that. Next target is 25.56, so bearish bias for silver here. Gold here, gold also showing signs of rejection. In this case, we could get a test higher here and then a drop. So neutral to bearish bias here, looking for price to drop towards 1775. But watch out for that move higher before it does that. Oil here, huge drop in oil, and this is where Canadian dollar got butchered because oil has dropped. And when oil drops, Canadian dollar suffers as well, which means dollar CAD would go up. So it was a double whammy for dollar CAD. US dollar went up, Canadian dollar weakened. So in this case, bearish 71.50 is the target. We're looking for a drop here. Copper also turned around, and in this case looking for a move towards 4.16, and should it go through that, only then 4.11. Bitcoin still holding its own. It is sideways right now, but it hasn't dropped through the support, so that's a good thing. With this, it could go in either direction. Doesn't really have much of a direction at this point. So I am just expecting a move between 56,800 and 31,300. Sorry, not 56, 36,800 and 31,400. So just looking for a range bound move at this point. So nothing spectacular here. Okay, looking at our stock market here. With the Fed announcement, if they do talk about tightening monetary policy, so tapering all the liquidity that they have been providing, all the money they have been injecting into the market, if they talk about that, that will be a negative thing for the stock market and a positive thing for the US dollar. So any sort of comments in regards to starting the tapering program, not basically buying as many bonds and securities as they have been buying. So all of that would be a negative thing for the stock market, but a positive thing for the US dollar. So bear that in mind. And if they don't say anything about it, that's a good thing for the stock market and a negative thing for the US dollar. So right now, everybody's expecting them to make some sort of an announcement or give some sort of a hint in regards to that. So that's that. So if they don't, US dollar is likely to drop and stock market's likely to go up. So right now, looking for a bit of a drop here towards 4,300 and potentially towards 4,275. So neutral to bearish bias here for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, Nasdaq still looking bullish here, and it's holding to the new highs and new lows here. So it's still in that upward move. So looking bullish right now. Okay, so bullish bias here in terms of our target, we are looking at about 15,000 for Nasdaq. And again, what happens? The Fed statement will make a difference, so we'll keep that in mind. This one here, our Dow Jones, this looks bearish, and any of that talk around tapering is going to be negative for our Dow Jones as well. So looking for a drop. 34,250 is the first target. So bearish bias for Dow Jones. And then our DAX here, DAX also struggled to go through the resistance, struggling with the support, but should it break through the support, then next target here is 15,300. So bearish bias for DAX. And then last, almost the last one here, FTSE here also looking bearish, and next target is 7,000. And then we have Nikkei also looking bearish. So looking for a drop here, 28,000. And then below that, we're looking at 27,765. So bearish bias for these two as well. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I will be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.